Hi there, and a very warm welcome to another edition of Lifelines with Mima. Thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to be discussing virginity and how it affects our young people of today. I have clients that are coming in, and of course you know from the last time, Stella, that we took to the hospital. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Welcome back. We are still discussing premarital sex as it relates to virginity, and I have with me Madam Dora Vincent and also the Aziz. Welcome, Hajia.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, Jamila. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. So we're going to be talking with Jamila to find out what her opinion and her thoughts are about virginity. Welcome, Jamila.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you.
So tell me, are you a virgin?
Yes, Ma, I am.
Okay. So why are you still a virgin?
Premarital sex is a taboo in my religion and culture. It's highly discouraged by our parents.
Okay.
My mom has emphasized on the dangers of engaging in premarital sex, and that has kept me going. But the challenges are too much.
Okay.
Like, I can't even stay in my room without mommy sending her sisters come and check up on me. Even Stella calls me a big baby. Like, I'm a nerd between my friends. It's really hard. I can't even go out. Well,
so you're a virgin because your parents insist you should be?
yes.
Not because you want to be?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Ma. So, why do you not trust her? Why do you keep such close tabs on her?
Thank you. Like she said, our culture does not permit it. And even both religions don't permit such. And I think it's the best for young girls. Why indulge yourself in premarital sex before getting married? And that's why you see the last time we I really said I really didn't want her to be close friends anymore with Stella. And I think at the end of the day, she will come to see why we, the parents, or I as a mother, I'm very, very protective over this. And I think that's that.
Okay. How about you, Mommy? What do you think about this issue? Should the girl remain a virgin before marriage, or it's not even necessary?
Of course it is necessary.
Okay.
A girl has to remain a virgin.
Okay.
Why should she go into premarital sex when she can, all her years, all her life with her husband, do whatever she wants to do with her husband? I was a virgin before
I got married.
Wow.
And how was the experience?
Well, I'm sure you are not a virgin now, so you should know the experience of a virgin.
Yeah, but for you, what was it like? Was it worth it keeping it?
Of course.
Or it wasn't any big deal?
It's a big deal.
Okay.
It's a big deal. I was advised by my mom and I kept to that.
Okay.
I got married as a virgin and that is why my husband respects me now up till, you know.
Yeah.
At least for a young girl to remain a virgin, it is very, very good.
Yeah.
Madam Dora, why can't this child just understand, just see from here the future? How should be celebrated being a virgin? In my culture, you don't go to a man's house if he has not paid your virginity price.
Yeah. Of course.
And we prepare rooms. They bring in white milk. They bring in assorted food for the celebration of virginity. And when you talk to children like this, they don't listen. Where have we gone wrong?
Yeah. That's a very good question. Where have we gone wrong? Jamila, what you have is precious. Sex is a deeply spiritual thing. And if you don't have it with the right person at the right time, you might live with regrets.
But they're taking it too big. I don't
Wallahi,
get.
Ngea make it mbaki shuru bazana my cake. Wallahi, if you don't keep quiet, I will give you a dirty slap. And I'll call the bodyguards to beat you real good. Kema Kingani. You understand what I'm talking about?
Mima,
Yeah.
do you know in our own time, if you have somebody to marry you and you want to go and see that person, you dare not go there alone. You have friends. Friends must go with you.
So that you are not alone and not
Exactly,
tempted, yeah.
so that you'll be safe. And here she is talking about boyfriend. Your mom is training you well.
Well, Jamila,
Children of these days.
yes, it's because of what they are exposed to too quickly. It's like this. It is the greatest honor you can give to your husband. Sex is not just nothing. It's very special. You don't want to become a toy in the arms of different men. Keeping yourself like this is the best decision you can ever take. Your mom is just being protective to ensure that the family is not put to shame and you don't make mistakes. Because of course, you know, when a child does not do well, everybody blames the mother. So she has to keep tabs on you, make sure that you don't do this. Of course, when you get married, you can enjoy it, you know, as much as you want. But for now, it's too risky. You see, your body will change when you start having sex too early. You get a name. People begin to talk about you because men like to boast of what they've done. Probably they'll add more and say, oh, I've slept with her 10 times, even if it's just once. You know, apart from that, what of the STDs? You know, we just discovered a few days ago that a young patient of mine has hepatitis B. And you know what? His own is so bad that his liver is almost out.
My God.
Now they are looking for funds to take him to India to do a complete transplant. You know, and he's not looking good at all. So very little things can cost you big things. And so do things at the right time when they are supposed to be done. Sex is a beautiful thing. It's an experience that you will treasure. So, but you have to make it sacred. You have to treasure it with someone that is important, not just anybody. They don't give awards or you know, they don't celebrate a girl that is not a virgin. But if you are a virgin, it is a thing of pride. It shouldn't even be just about your parents. It's about you and the respect you have for your body. That you kept yourself and ensured that no boy or no man will touch you until you are duly married. Don't change your mind about that. So, being a virgin is a state of being pure, both in your mind and your body. And like I tell my clients and their children, it's never too late to turn back. Even if you've lost your virginity, you can still go back and create a sense of purity for yourself. Stop doing it. Don't risk your life like that. Begin to live a clean life. Begin to forgive yourself and begin to ask your God to forgive you so that you can move forward. As much as possible, we should respect what God has given us as our bodies. It's not a playground that every man will just come and do it and go. At the end of the day, most people that you have that you have sex with the first time, 80% of the time you don't marry them. Because at that age, you are both young and, you know, there's no future for you. Now, how many men do you want to sleep with before you marry? And then how about the STDs, the medical issues that can come out of it? Many women are married today, their tubes are blocked because of several abortions and infections. Therefore, please be careful. Keep your virginity. It is a thing of pride. In fact, let me know if you are a virgin on your wedding night. I will celebrate you. I will tell the whole world that you are a beautiful person inside out. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to the guest corner of Lifelines with Mima. You won't believe who just walked in. I am so excited, so honored, and so grateful that he's been able to come today. His name is Sam Oye. He is a certified relationship coach with the Family Wellness Associates of the USA. He's also a certified leadership coach with the John C. Maxwell Leadership Team. I'm so honored to have you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so very much.
Welcome. By the way, he is my mentor. He is this person that has inspired me to continue to do what I have always dreamt about doing. He's made it meaningful. He's taught me where to go, what to do, and even what to do in my own marriage. And therefore, it's just a great honor to have him here. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so very much. Yes.
There's also this issue of virginity. In our own time, they used to make a big deal out of it. It was a thing of pride.
Yeah.
But now it's almost shameful to be a virgin. I've come across clients that have said, see, I don't want to do the work. It's too stressful dealing with a virgin. If a woman can be up to 40 and she's still a virgin, it means she's a bad person because her heart is too strong. That's what you mean from the age of 12, 15, 20, 25, nobody could convince her to give it to him. It means that she must be a bad person.
Right.
What do you think about this?
Yes, again, this is a social, cultural, and spiritual matter to the end that many have kept their virginity. I want to say if you have kept your virginity up till now, I want to say big kudos to you, and I'll encourage you to keep it. Not for any religious purpose, not for any cultural reason.
Yeah.
I'd like you to know that you're doing a good thing for yourself. It's a sin of pride to keep your virginity. And by the way, I kept my virginity. I got married as a virgin.
Wow.
Yes, and I was
Well, that's even strange.
Yeah.
Because men know a man can, he shouldn't be.
but I did that, and
Wow.
and I was rascally. So a lot of my friends couldn't believe that
you
because
actually-
I had a lot of girlfriends.
Oh.
But there was that boundary. I said to myself, we can play this far, but not that far. So I had personal boundaries. In my own personal life. And don't forget that I was just a young person who was exposed to the same thing everybody was exposed to.
But you could have done anything, yeah.
Oh, yes. I could have done anything. I played handball at the national level. I had money at the age of 14, 15, already had money.
Wow.
Because I was playing handball for the state.
You were getting paid.
I had 3 little businesses I was doing as a young person.
Wow.
So I had opportunity to go to clubs. I go to the clubs, I do all kinds of crazy stuff, but I had this boundary.
Wow.
Because somewhere in my mind, I just felt it was right to keep my virginity.
Wow.
Now, let me quickly say something about virginity here. Not from any religious point of view, but from very strong data that we have as we study marriages across the world. We've come to realize that couples who get married where one person is a virgin,
yes.
or both of them were virgins,
Virgins,
will discover that they've kept their marriage a little more longer and healthier
Yeah.
than couples who were not.
Who have several testing partners.
Yes.
Where to compare their current partner with.
Right. The reason for this is this. When you lose your virginity, on the day a woman loses her virginity, there is something called the hymen,
Yes.
which contains a little bit of blood, you know. And something about blood, I don't want to go into the mystical side of it.
Yes.
Something about blood is that it's life, you know. So if you willingly give your virginity over to a guy, and you have this spilling of the blood, what happens is that over time,
Yes.
women that I've talked to, and this has also been proven psychologically,
Yes.
women that I've dealt with have said, look, hey, you know what? I'm married to my husband, but whenever we're making love together, there's something that is always making me to long for
That
the
person.
guy who broke my virginity.
Wow.
And she said, in fact, it was so worse in a situation whereby a woman was busy making love to her husband and she was calling the name of the other guy.
Wow. That's
Because there's something we call soul tie. Your soul will always be connected to whosoever you have sex with. It's something very, very,
yes.
you know, it's
Mystical.
there.
Yes.
You know, so it's important for us to realize that, number one, psychologically speaking, it is not healthy,
yeah.
for you to go around sleeping around, lose your virginity, and
You feel
and you feel cool about it. You see, abnormality has become normality now. Social conformity is the order of the day. Everybody's moving in the same direction without asking questions.
wow.
And because celebrities are involved in this, because highly profiled individuals are involved in all of this, we now think it's okay. It's not okay because you're a celebrity and the persons that you are fans of, it's not okay because they do it and they glamorize it.
It's not.
For your own marriage, for your own health, it is okay to keep your virginity if you have one. And if you've lost your virginity, that's all right. It's now time for you to become what we call a secondary virgin. What that means is that from now henceforth, you want to make up your mind to say, look, you know what? I want to maintain my integrity. I want to clean up. I just want to, look, I want to live a life that is...
Enter into a state of purity.
Yeah.
You know, it's even in your mind. It's very important.
It's even dignifying. It gives you some sense of personal respect.
It's true.
You understand that? Because again, as you sleep around, you begin to lower what you call your sexual resistance. As you sleep around, you lower your sexual resistance. Ultimately, anywhere you are predisposed to have sexual desires, whosoever is available to meet that need, you will gradually just you will just gravitate in that direction. So I will encourage as much as possible that people should try to keep their virginity if they have one. And if you've lost yours before, you can become a secondary virgin.
Welcome back. We are now in the situation room with my team members, and we're going to be dealing with the issue of virginity today. Hi guys, welcome.
Hi, Mema.
Welcome back.
How was your day?
Like the day is day. The day is day. There's this music we used to sing earlier than the day is bright.
It's bright and fair.
It's fair, it's like a shade.
Why are you now saying it is false faith?
This bright and fair. So happy day of joy. Mama jello Friday day. You know that
His own version is different.
Even as much as you eat food, it doesn't show on your
I'm telling you. So Mima, you dealt with virginity.
You don't have to call them like that.
No, but I had to. They keep going on and on and on, and I can't.
That is the problem.
Let's
with the women
get
folks.
to the topic of
Simple as cat, they don't have.
Mima. You dealt with virginity
Yes.
today. Really, I'd like to hear your take. But I'd also like to know what was your story. I mean, we all have stories.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know, what was your story really?
Mine is very interesting.
Okay.
My mom was always afraid of any of her daughters getting pregnant before marriage. Of course, I'm from a royal family, and it's like a thing of pride. Like they brag and boast about it. If your daughter is not found a virgin, it's a disgraceful thing. And I grew up. A couple of times I had attended weddings, and then the next morning my aunties are gathered outside waiting for the groom to come out with the white sheets and see if it has blood stains or not. But you know, before I started my period, they're like, if you don't, the culture is that you don't see that blood. If not, your own period will not come. Now that's but they now make it look important. But then my mom kept on, you know, like worrying about it, and she would do things like she'd call her friend, like maybe she travels, and when she comes back, somebody comes tell her that, oh, we saw her chatting with a boy yesterday.
Wow.
She would call her friend, they'll get an egg, they'll strip me naked, and they want to check if I'd actually had sex. So it was terrible for me, and it was like that is all that mattered to her. She just wanted to make sure that I didn't do it before marriage.
Were you the only girl?
No, like she had 3 of us girls before she started having her boys.
Okay.
And so I was the first, so she was always afraid. And then after a while, she went, because at the age of 13, 14, I already had suitors, people that wanted to marry. So you know, so she was very worried. So she now one day she took me somewhere late at night, and there was this huge fire, and there was an old man wearing something funny going around the fire continuously, and I was terrified. It was late in the night, and there were trees everywhere. It was really dark. It was scary. And then they asked us to sit. After a while, the man came with like a calabash with a substance, like something inside, and asked me to drink it. No, I won't. And she shouts at me, drink it! And then I just had to swallow. It tasted horrible. I don't know what it was, but when I finished drinking it, the man was like, this is a covenant. You see, what you just took now, if you ever go and sleep with a man before marriage, you see how this fire is burning? That is how your body will begin to burn, and you begin to confess it, and it will kill you.
Wow.
And so I lived, yes, with that trauma. Now, before then, I had made up my mind because I had read a lot of books. And then there's this my uncle that I'm really close to, Captain Yakubu, who would tell you the value of being a virgin, how he married his wife a virgin. He was like my mentor. And so I really wanted to keep myself, for my mom, for my husband. But that traumatized me.
Wow.
Like, it was a scary thing for me. Like, I would meet a boy, and like when you would have those feelings,
Yes.
I would begin to condemn myself already. You are not even supposed to have feelings.
Yes.
And you know, it affected me for a long time. But then when I got married, which was pretty early, I think well, before 19, I'd had Nana already.
Wow.
When I got married, it was supposed to be a private thing, which is something they took away from me again that I didn't like. You know, sharing my virginity with my husband was supposed to just be like a beautiful private
You and your
thing.
husband, yes.
Yeah, but we had my mom's sisters.
Sitting outside.
Yeah, my husband's cousins and their aunties as well, sitting outside. And then he comes out in the morning and they're asking him how far. And then his mother, the first thing I heard was like, you know, there's this thing they do.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, and I was wondering.
Oh God, I just got chills.
I was wondering what happened. So that was just what I heard. Now that is to say, yes, it was good.
You confirm, you are confirmed.
Like, yeah, this is me struggling with the fear of, okay, was I even supposed to have done this? I'm married already, but I still had those
That's
thoughts.
fear.
So, but this is me trying to understand the painful experience that I just had. And then I now had a crowd of people outside shouting.
singing.
My mother-in-law was just dancing everywhere. You know, there were two other wives. And she was so proud that her son had brought home a virgin, not only a virgin, a princess, well-educated, well-traveled. You know, it was like competition. And for my mom, they brought her Hollandis, a hen, and then cola nuts. And up till this day, she has that Hollandis. And she tells anybody that cares to listen, you see this is my pride. This is how I took care of my daughter very well. To her, that was what she did, and all of that monitoring me was what kept me. It actually wasn't. Now, it took me time, and my husband had to talk to me a lot before I could enjoy sex, because I was traumatized. And my husband was like, do you really think your mom will actually take you to somewhere and really force you to drink something that can actually kill you? Don't you know she used your head? And I'm like, that was when I found peace.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, this is just...
I stumbled into a study about a mayor in South Africa. You know, with this 2013 report of 22,286 pregnancies of girls between the age of 10 to 19 in 2013 in South Africa.
Wow.
The mayor came up with this idea that he awarded scholarship to about 16 virgins. If you agree to keep yourself as a virgin, he gave scholarship, and there were 16
that.
people.
That is incredible.
You know, modifying this thing
That is
that she's talking
incredible.
about. And the way they tested them was they came publicly and said they were going to abstain from sex, and then they'll do all the medical, you know, tests to ensure that they are still virgins,
intact,
you know. And, you know, they got the award, and like, I think instead of going to do all those scary things, you could just think of something
positive.
After educating them, you tell them this with this scholarship thing, I think is really buying, and a lot of people over there want to.
Really,
if it's about me not going sexually and then I'm going to go through school without paying a dime, then big
why
deal.
not?
I can do it, you know. And when I stumbled into it, I was like, whoa, I was coming to share. I didn't even know she was going to give us her own story, you know, which is very horrible, you know, and all of that. But then from there, you know, the whole virginity thing, you can't even get good statistics, like accurate. Now that's the word, because everybody, I went online and everybody was like, can you find a virgin? I think in Nigeria it was just Nairaland, it was like 5%. of virgins you can find in Nigeria. I'm like, are you serious, guys? So somebody now asked the question, did you test the remaining? No, I was just going to say, like, how accurate is this? You know, that's why I said it's not accurate.
It's accurate. The one other ones you probably say
it's not accurate. Wait, first, let me give you why it's like that. Then some other there's this statistics that came up with why they got to know that was the age at which young girls are sexually active would determine whether there are more virgins in the society or not. Now, looking at there are these countries, Iceland was rating the list. At 15 years, their girls are sexually active already.
Wow,
15 years.
But
I
at
know
15, many Nigerian girls
yeah,
are married already.
you know, now
15.
50 years.
now 15 years, 1-5. Do you know why ours is very good? Is because most of us were going into marriage, like up north now. You know, they're going to marriage. But this one is being teenagers being sexually active and not knowing what it is.
Well, right,
you know, and then
right.
getting
There's a
pregnant.
difference.
There's a difference, you know. And then there are so plenty of the statistics of, you know, virginity. You know, everybody just carrying it out because of the teen pregnancy. I'm sure everybody looks at the other side of not being a virgin as a teenager, which is the STDs, you know, and all of that. And the statistics is much, but I was so concerned about my home country that I didn't even get much. It was just what Nairaland said, and big deal. I was like, whoa, but with this South Africa thing, I was like, I'm going to learn something new, you know, to do for my own children instead of going the other way.
Yes,
I think that's a positive thing. One of the type of things that we should work on and develop. If we begin to celebrate it, we have celebrities talking positive about it. We have people that are role models, say it is cool and make a big deal out of it. Like Two-Face did a song that celebrated what's the name of that song now? He sang about how she's a virgin on the night of the wedding.
Yes, yes, I remember that.
You know, so that children of these days begin to see it as a positive thing. Even in the late 90s, I remember when we lived in Germany, like I told you guys before, I mean, you would come to class, I would come to class and you hear my friends, just because they found, I told them I was a virgin. You'd hear them make V Mary, they started mocking you, making fun of you, like you are strange. And not just that, you learn how to smoke because the weather is cold, you begin to do drugs. Many children, you know, go into these things and their parents are not aware. They are too busy chasing money, chasing life, chasing position to even notice that something
has changed. If we could turn the clock back, if I could go back, I assure you, I would have kept mine. Yes, I know that's where you're going to. That's where you're going to
For me, I'm indifferent, really. I'm indifferent. Wait now.
You have to learn.
I'm not for, I'm not against. I just believe it should be left to the individual.
Okay, there you have it. We've said a lot about this issue of virginity. Hearing from my story and learning from it, I hope that a parent out there can do something differently. I hope that you are more open with your children. I hope you are able to tell them the truth. I hope you are able to have agreements and contracts with them. I hope we can have people that are going to be giving virgin scholarships, are going to be celebrating virgins, so that things can begin to get better for us. When you begin to do what you are not supposed to do, the consequences are too numerous. Of course, you have the right to do what you like with your body, but the question now is, are you ready for the consequences of that action? Most of the time we say we can use protection, I'm going to use protection, but from experience and from many clients that I have dealt with and many patients that I have seen, I have come to know that most people use protection only for the first few times. After that, they settle down, they become too comfortable, and they begin to do it without protection. That comes with a lot. I have a small map or diagram I usually give my patients. I tell them that if you are a man, for example, with a wife at home and a mistress outside, you feel I'm a good man. After all, my friends have 6-7 women. I am only keeping my wife and this mistress. Now, the mistress knows that you cannot marry her. So she will also have you as an aristo and have a younger boy or another man that she intends to marry. Now, that man will also know that she is sleeping with older men for money. And he will also just be there with her, but have another person he is grooming for himself. Now, before you know it, you are exposed to several sexual partners. You don't know, you think it's just one person you are dealing with, but now it's a ripple effect. And you know, before you know it, there's HIV, there's hepatitis B. And there are things that even can take away from you the whole essence of life. Well, how do you live, you know, being a married woman that cannot have children biologically, just because, not because of how God created you, just because of the mistakes that you made in your past. We need to be very thorough. We need to be careful when we take decisions, and we need to understand that sex is a very spiritual and deep thing. From all of us here, and until we see you next time, always remember that you do not need to go through life's challenges alone. You know why? Me Marcus.